Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to me. Welcome to another episode of Wealth Building Conference. And today, just your regular host, my name is Oludare Fasola, and I'll be talking about another important topic today that borders on our business. But before we proceed, just a normal way of starting, I just want us to know ourselves because it's kind of an interacting section right now. So the presentation is going to be very, very interactive in nature. So we need to know ourselves. So wherever you are joining, I want you to please type your name and where you are joining from. Okay. If you are joining from Canada, all I need you is just to say Canada and your name. So just for us to know ourselves, very, very important, to know ourselves. Again, if you know anybody who is actually in sales, right, who is in the business of recruiting people into the business, maybe might be HR, insurance, real estate, mortgage, coaching, digital marketing business, it is very important for them also to join this amazing presentation because why? We want to talk about the kind of people that we really want in our business. So why do we want them in our business, and why do we have to filter people, right? We don't want to bring people into the business that does not align with your vision, that does not align with your goals in life. So it is very important for us to understand who is our ideal prospect, like who is that ideal uh, agent, or let me say that teammate that you want to work with, right? So because the chances is if you bring the right people into the business, it's going to help you a lot to save costs on trainings and retrainings. It's going to give you an opportunity to also understand your visions and the mission in the business, and also it will give you a kind of reputation. So bringing people, the right people into your business, we bring a lot of reputations and make you to be extremely referable to other people out there. So without further without delaying, I'm going to pull up my slide. We'll go into the presentation. So today's presentation is going to be centered on prospecting with purpose, attracting clients and leaders who align with your visions. Prospecting with purpose, attracting clients and leaders who align with your vision. Let me just quickly read this code. If you have to drag them in, you have to drag them around. And I want you to picture this from the perspective of being a teammate. When you recruit the wrong people into the business, right? So let's say you probably didn't show them why do you have to join the business, what are the things, what are the ideal what are the things they need to know. Like if you fail to show them what they need to know, right, in terms of values, in terms of visions, in terms of the mission of your companies or your organizations or your agency, right? So chances that you'll be dragging them around. So want to look at why it is very important to be prospecting with purpose, right? Why do you have to leave? Why do you have to recruit the right set of people into your business? Okay, so let's look at why purpose driven prospecting matter. Number one, your team culture is your biggest competitive advantage. I'm going to talk about, I'll be using myself as an example as I move forward with this presentation. So I'm an insurance agent, okay? So, if you don't recruit the right people into the business, all right, it's not going to give you that competitive advantage over your over other agency, okay? Because your team, the culture of your team, okay, the culture of your agency will be will be like seen on your agent or the people that are working with you. Number two, wrong fit client recruits drain times, money, and morale. Now, have you ever wondered, you recruit people into the industry, you recruit people into your business, and it actually brings down the morale of other staffs or other teammates, right? It happens a lot, especially when that person does not really understand why he or she is joining a certain organization. Again, right fit relationship multiply result and retention. If you bring the right people into your business, if you recruit the right person into your company, if you recruit the right people into your business, right, it's going to, the ripple effect is that it will multiply the result in terms of, showing prove to other people, and it also helps in retention. Instead of you to be recruiting and fire today, recruit tomorrow, agents join your business 6 months after, 1 year later, 2 years later, they drop their license. This will reduce a lot of people dropping out of your team. Okay, and this is the value proposition. Purpose driving prospecting save you from high churn, low trust cycles, and build a business that grows without burning you out, right? I've seen that. I have a very large team, and I do understand that over the years, what I realize is that when you recruit the right people into your business, it's going to help you. It will reduce churning. It will also help you. It will reduce burning out, right? People will not be coming in and they will be leaving it, because I've seen people joining this business 2-3 years after they drop the license. Why? Because they are recruiting into the business without purpose. They are recruiting into the business without understanding the mission and the vision of that organization. It is very, very important when you are recruiting people. Now, let's move further. The cost of misaligned prospects. The cost of misaligned prospects. What happens when you don't filter for alignment? High turnover rate, right? So think about it. You bring people into the business today, all right? They're excited from the day one. Maybe 2-3 months after, they give up. They said, I'm no more interested in this. Or maybe they feel that this is not for me. It happens a lot. When you show them the opportunity, I'm talking from experience right now. I'm using my business as an example because I want us to be practical right now. So let's say, for example, I used to bring insurance agent to the business, both licensed and unlicensed. What I realized is this, right? From the day one, sometimes they're excited. They want to make money. They want to do the business. After sometimes you call them, they refuse to pick a call. Why? Because they did not understand the vision and the mission, and they don't really understand the purpose of joining that particular organization. All right. The chances is that what they have at the back of their mind is that I'm coming in to make quick commission, but it is not always like that, right? There is cost. There is always a time for them to get licensed, to get trained, and to also learn on the job. So the question now is that, are they ready to follow those process, right? And this happens when you are bringing them to the business. So as an agent, as a recruiter, as an HR specialist, as a coaching, as a realtor, right? The question I want to ask you today is that, do you filter the people that you are bringing to the business? Do you tell them what are the expectations they will meet as they proceed in the business, or what are the things that they need to know before they start making money, right? Because a lot of them are coming from 9 to 5 mentality. They are coming from 9 to 5 job, right? So the chances that they are still bringing that 9 to 5 mentality into the business, like, they come in, they feel that I will start making money from the following month or the third month. And, for some reason, maybe they didn't get license and they start saying that, no, this is not for me. These are the problem with, when you are recruiting people. Number two, constant retraining. You teach them something today, they will come back tomorrow that this is not, I don't understand, right? Because why? Right? They did not have that. You did not recruit them with purpose, with intention. Three, lost referrals and damaged reputation. Have you ever think about it, right? You bring people into the business and they started damaging your reputation, right? They will feel like, oh, maybe you did not show them, right? Maybe you show them the cost, and after like maybe paying for the first stage, the second stage, and they'll be like, no, this person is not transparent enough. They didn't tell me what I need to do. I've lost money. And they start talking to you, and they start, talking to other people about you, about your company. And because of that, people start like, losing confidence in your business, losing confidence in in your team. So I just want everybody to please understand one key thing, that not everybody is suitable for a certain business or job, right? For the fact that you see them, right, they may be very talented, they may be very skillful, but what about the attitude, right? Some of them don't have that attitude to work with team, and as such, it will damage your business, it will damage your reputation. It happens to me. I'm going to share a story of a certain advisor that I recruited into the business. And at some point, the wife just called me one day and started, abusing me on the phone. Reason being that maybe they feel that maybe they did not get enough money, and I don't know whether they feel that I should be giving them money, right? And they started talking to people about this. So I met a woman after some times, after like maybe a year after, and the woman said, I met so person, and he says so x so things about you, and I said it is not true. This is how it works. So these are the things that happens when you recruit wrong people into your organization. So it can damage your reputation, right? Of course, I recruited the woman, but what about if I didn't meet that woman? Imagine the kind of perception that person will have about me. And that is what misaligned prospect can cause you, can cause your team, can cause your organization. It's not going to cost you only your team, but what about the organization itself? All right. I represent a certain MGA. Okay. Now, if I do something that does not that really affect other people's, like, I recruited a wrong person to the business, it's not going to affect my team alone, but it's going to affect the general organization. So we have to be very careful with the kind of people that we bring into the business in transactional culture instead of a growth culture. So they are dealing with you based, it's always based on transactional relationship, meaning that what do I have to gain, right? It's about what do I have to gain right now? What is in need for me? Like, if I have to do this to get this, that is the way they look at them. If you recruit the wrong people into the business, they don't look at the culture. They don't look at the growth of that organization, right? They'll feel like, oh, you recruit me because, right, you're going to make money, right? And I have to make money. Of course, the goal of why you are coming to the business is to make money. But think about it. It's more, it goes beyond that. It's about the growth of that organization. So if I recruit anybody who does not align with my goals, who does not align with my mission, who does not align with the values of my team, my organization, then I have to let that person go. Of course, it's painful. It's painful to allow some people to go, to leave, right? They might be the best person to present. They might be the best person to, to prospect. But here's the thing: do they have the right attitude to work with you? Okay? Do they have the right attitude to work with you? It's very, very key. Now, division filter. Everybody type division filter. There are three questions before you pursue any prospect. Number one, do they share our values? Look, everything is about values. Okay? Now, my core value is this, right? Anybody I meet in my life, I want to impact that person's life positively. I want to make sure that I actually make sure that I service that person to a level that I'll become more referable to other people, other prospects, right? So it is not about the money that I want to make, right? It is about giving them the right services at the right time. So what is your value? Okay. So if you don't know your value, chances is that you don't know the person that you're going to bring into your team, into your business, right? It's all about value. Number two, do they have a long-term mindset? Oh my goodness, everything is mindset. You know what? Mindset is everything. If you don't have a winning mindset, if you don't have the right mindset, there is no point to recruiting such person into your organization. There's no point to recruiting such person into your business, right? A wrong mindset in a company is going to ruin that company's reputation, just like I mentioned earlier. So it is very important that you recruit the right people who have the right mindset into your business, right? Do they respect the process? There's one slogan in my company, right? Respect the process. Respect the system. Respect the systems has to do with follow all the due process that the company has to undergo before they achieve certain goals, right? Don't cut corners, right? Don't begin to, try to circumvent some certain processes in the organization. It's going to bounce back on you over time. And, when you are doing that, right? When you are doing that, people will be looking at you like, they will not even have that trust in you. So you must respect the process. You must make sure that every process they put in place, all the policies, procedures of an organization, you must respect it. Now, not every yes is worth it. A yes, alignment beat urgency. No, see, the question is this: you cannot recruit everybody. I'm going to give a story of a man. I met that certain, I met the man one, I think, few months ago. And when I finished my presentation, he said, "Well, they'll be presenting insurance to me, right? I'm kind of not really, I don't want to do this, but at this time, I want to do this right now because I need to make money." And I asked one question: do you really want to do this, or you want to do it just to make money? And the guy said, "I just want you to make money, but I want to." I said, "I'm sorry, I cannot register you." That is why you must understand your value. Of course, I want to recruit him. Okay, I want to make him to be successful. But the question is this: do you have the same mindset? Do you respect? Do you want to respect that system? That kind of a person, I'll bring them in and they'll be just selling insurance just to make commission. So, meaning that they'll be selling the wrong product to the right client, meaning that they will just, they just want to meet everybody they meet, and they just want to, whether the product is fit for them or not, they want to make money, right? Whether that client can afford that product or not, they just want to sell. And that is not my value. That is not what I represent. And I said no. So if you are in my position, will you recruit that kind of person? The person say yes, because you need a team member, right? You want to grow your team. But the thing is that, who is that person that will now represent what you believe? Is very key. Let us understand why we are prospecting. Let us know the kind of person that we are bringing to the business, right? See, if you have just 3-4 quality team members, it's worth more than have 100 of team members that does not understand, that does not respect the system, that do not have the right, that you don't share the same values, and they don't have the right mindset. Because why? They're going to be cancerous. They're going to be cancerous to the system. So let's go. Positioning yourself to attract the right people. Show your vision publicly. Now, your mission, your standard, your team culture. Here is the thing, right? Anytime you want to recruit people, you need to position yourself to attract the right people. Now, how do you even position yourself? A lot of us, the way people see you really matters a lot. How do people see you? Okay, are you selling? Are you in the business just to make money? Right? Are you in the business to help people? Are you in the business to grow your team? Okay, this is something that people really sees in you. Like, the way people see you, the way you position yourself will attract the right people to you. A lot of people, I've met a lot of people, and they tell me that, look, I cannot work with certain set of people. Why? Because the way they see them do not really attract people to them. So how do people see you? If you agree, type say I agree. How do people see you? Right? Show your vision publicly. Let people know you for who you are. Your mission, your standard, your team culture. You must not at any time, right, lower your standard. You must not at any time, like, derail from your mission and your mission because you want to make money, because you want to bring people into the business. What about the team culture? Very, very important. You must understand all of this before you bring people to the business. Share success stories that reflect the type of person you want to attract. Like, who are you really want to attract to the business, right? Share the story of the right people that you have trained, that people that you have worked with, that are successful, right? And the kind of values, the kind of attitude they have. Do they have that? If they don't have that, there's no point to bringing them to the business. Use platform strategically. LinkedIn community, events, industry groups. So what is on your LinkedIn? What is on all your other social media platform? What do you put there, right? See, the way you position yourself out there will make people, that's the way people see you, right? The way you brand yourself, that's the way people see you. So if you don't have those things that really specify, position you in a right way, trust me, you cannot bring the right people to the business. Prospecting with intentionality. Prospecting with intentionality. Stop casting a wide net and start casting the right net. A lot of us were just casting the wide net. Everybody just coming, just bring everybody. No, it's about casting the right net. Okay. Now, why do you have to do that? Create ID client agent avatar. So you need to create an ID client and agent avatar that will picture your kind of things, the kind of person, and what you really want in that person that want to join your team. Two, prospect where they already spend their time. Now, this is very key. I listened to Tony Robbins one day, and he said, I used to go to a certain event just because I want to meet some certain set of people, right? Where do you normally go, right? Are you actually going to a club to go and recruit people? Are you going to a place where it does not really align with your mission and your vision? Because all these things, right, really matter most when you are recruiting people, right? Lead with values, educations, and authenticity, not a pitch, right? You must really try as much as possible, to lead with values. Educate them with authentically, not like a lot of, this is something that I don't really understand about people, right? Because why? What they really want to do is just to bring people into the business. And I've seen that in many cases that they come to the business, and after some time they start perpetrating frauds, they start creating unnecessary problem into the team, they start polarizing the teams. And so these are the things you're going to see when you don't prospect with intentionality, right? So now the question is, how do you prospect? Are you prospecting with purpose, or are you prospecting with intention? If you are not doing that, today, please start doing that today. And trust me, right, it might take time because good people are very, very, very hard to find. That is the truth. If you want to recruit the right people, they are not just common. They are not common. I've met a lot of people, right? And what thing I noticed about the good people is that it takes time. It takes time before you bring them into the business. And once they understand your mission, the culture of the organizations, the values, right, they fall in. They fall in. But the wrong people, because they want to make quick money, they fall in. So you stop casting the wide net, casting the right net. The attraction formula, clarity, know exactly who you want. So who exactly do you really want in your business? Who do you want in your team, right? What kind of mindset do they have, right? What kind of values do they share with you? What kind of, mission, right, do they really want to share with you? You must really clear that. You must understand that clarity is very, very key whenever you want to bring people into the business. Number two, visibility. Show up where they are. See, sometimes we are not visible, right? Now, like I mentioned earlier, right? If you want to bring right people into it, there are certain events that you need to attend, right? So if you go and attend some event, chances that you're going to go there and recruit the wrong people into your business, and it's going to harm you at the end of the day. Credibility, share proof, and result. Like, you must show the result of the people that you have trained in the past. Some of your organizations that, your members that are extremely doing well, so that it will attract them to see the value of to see the value and what exactly do you represent. Consistency, stay in front of them without being pushy. Now, stop pushing people to join you. And this is what I see every time. Sometimes they'll say, I know you have to convince them to join your team. I don't need to convince people. All I need to do is to educate them. Let me show them, let's show them the value of what you do, right? Like, be very authentic, okay? Show them the value, show them the proof of people that are really, really successful in the business. Don't push them. Give them time. Present to them. Interview them. Let them decide themselves, right? Things that they need to know. Show them before you now you want to bring them into the business. This is the ripple effect. If you recruit the right people, this is the ripple effect. When you attract the right people, number one, like-minded prospect, they bring other like-minded prospect. If you recruit the right person, if you recruit the people that have the right mindset, if you recruit the people that have the right, you know, the right attitude, right values, chances is they will bring that kind of people into your business. And God has really helped me over the years. I've been able to recruit the right people, and they now bring the like-minded people like them into the business. And today I'm excited. I'm happy that I have the right people. That's why, the last convention, I used to tell people, say, I'm blessed that I'm surrounded with the right people. Because why? You can't give what you don't have, right? The people that you recruit into the business is it's what it really matters a lot. Because why? The way they see you, all right, the way others see you outside is why they really actually join you, as a team member. Okay, they might mistakenly join the one, like maybe a few months, but after some time, once they know that we didn't fall into this type of a team, they leave, right? And see, that is the reality in this life, right? People that does not align with your goals, people that does not align with your values, right? They might fall in a wrong way. They fall out after sometimes, right? Two, better performance. They stay longer and they perform better. I've been able to coach many, many advisors in the industry, right? I recruited them, okay, with no experience. I coached them and they stay in the business, right? So why? Because we have the same vision, we have the same mission, we have the same values. So what kind of team members are you attracting? What kind of team members are you bringing into the business? Is very important. Check yourself. I want you to go back and audit your team today, right? What kind of team members are you bringing on board? And it's going to reflect in your performance as well, right? It's going to reflect in other people's lives. Because why? The right people, if you recruit the right people, it really, really makes your performance very, very good. Culture protection. They help you protect and grow your culture. Like I mentioned to you, right? The ripple effect is this: they will respect the system, they will respect the process, right? If you don't bring the right people into the business, they will not respect the process, they will not respect the system. And you know what? I I don't want to bring people into the business that will not respect the system. You cannot work with me. Can they work with you? Are you also be part of them? People that will, you know, follow them to also not to respect them. We have seen leaders that will not, they will be the one to start doing that. And see, if you as a leader don't respect the system, how do other people respect it? So check yourself, right? Check yourself. What kind of people are you bringing to the business? What kind of people are you bringing to the team, right? If you want to stay long in the business, you have to make sure that you have a very deep root. And how do you do that? You recruit the right people to the business. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, right? It's about quality of the people that you want to work with. Stop recruiting everybody into the business. Not everybody, yes, worth it. Some yes does not worth it. Cut them off. Case study. In the past, right? Constant turnover, chasing anyone with a license. That's what I used to do before, right? When I started the business, I do chase everyone. I just want to recruit everybody. But you know what? At some point, I asked myself this: who exactly is my ideal licensed insurance agent? Who exactly is my ideal client, right? Not everybody worth it. So what I do, I applied the vision filter. Okay, 80% retention turnover in the 12-month double team production. As of today, God has really, really helped me to grow my team. Because why? I apply the filter. I recruit with intention. I bring the right people into the business and I show them to follow the system respectively. See, no matter what you are doing, if you don't follow the system, you can never, never be successful in this. Not only in a business, right? In this business, but everything in life. Now, action step: define your vision statement in 3 clear sentences, right? Which is build your ideal client, ideal prospect profile, client and agent. Like, so the first thing is to define your vision statement. You have to write it down. What is your vision? Do you just want to recruit people that just want to sell? Do you want to recruit people into the business that want to also be a builder that will train other people? It all depends on what you really want. Do you want to bring people into the business that respect, that have the, the right, the right values, people that will respect the system? These are the things you need to ask yourself before you bring people to the business. Number two, build your ideal prospect profile, client and agent. So, in when you are doing this, right, you need to ask yourself, you need to develop an ideal prospect. What kind of attitude do you really want to find in the person, right? Respective humility, right ethics, very, articulate, be a very team player. These are the things you need to ask yourself, right? I mean, if you recruit somebody who is not a team player, who does not really like to play along with other people, because you want to bring people into together, that sometimes you have to share roles. There are sometimes, many there are times like, you have to share, ideas together. You have to come together to address, to advise each other, to build team, and create a rapport. So if you don't bring them, if those people don't have that kind of value, there's no point bringing them to the business. Audit your current pipeline, remove poor fit. Now go back, right? So please audit your team. If I have team members that does not align with my goals, I don't have any. I can tell that person, I don't have any problem. If you want to leave, that's okay. Because why? If you keep them, right, they are going to damage your team over time. Number one. Two is that it will start also affecting other team members. Because why? Once they see someone doing something that is not right and you didn't talk, right, chances that other will also follow the same thing. So please audit your team. Okay, audit your team member today. What type of team members are you building, right? Is very key. If you don't do that, it's going to cause a lot of problem to you in future. Number four, implement the attraction formula over 90 days. So the attraction formula is what I just listed right now. Okay, attraction formula means that vision statement. What are your vision statement? Two, ideal prospect profile. Now, three, audit your current pipeline. If you implement this in 90 days, you're going to get amazing results. Summary. Let's summarize what you have learned today. Prospecting with purpose means protecting your time, energy, and culture. So when you prospect with purpose, it saves you time, it saves you energy, and of course, it also protects your company culture. So the question I want to ask you, and I will continue to ask you, is that what type of people are you bringing into your business, into your organization, into your team? Building a network of people who want to grow with you. There are some people that does not really want to grow with you, right? Stop dragging them. Stop pushing them. Okay, sit them and ask them questions. If they are struggling with certain things, like I have team members that some once in a while, if I didn't hear from them, I call them. Are you struggling with prospecting? Are you struggling with presentations? Are you struggling with closing? So ask them, what are they struggling with, right? Address it. Because if you don't do it, you cannot build a real team. Building a network of people who want to grow with you, right? So it's not everybody that wants to grow with you, right? Whoever that doesn't want to grow with you, you have to move on. Because if you keep focusing on them, it's going to distract you from focusing on people that are ready to grow with you. So filter them, right? Let's identify what they really want. Okay, show them why they need to work with you. Okay, if they don't want to, please allow them to go. LIMRA, according to LIMRA, 90% of insurance agents give up their license within the first 2 years in a business. Why? Because some of them don't want to grow. So, and there is nothing you can do about that. We are running a business. It's not a 9-to-5 job. So if it is a business, right, you have to ask yourself, my time is very precious to me. My energy is very precious to me. I'm not going to waste my time on somebody who is not ready to grow. It's not possible. Choosing long-term wins over short-term transactions. So here's the thing, right? Make sure that you ask one question, right? Are they joining to just make quick money? Okay, if they are looking for quick money, right? It's going to be counterproductive. They're going to damage your reputation, because at the end of the day, if they sell a wrong product to a client, right? Number one, once they start audit, once they audit that person, they will ask who actually bring you into the business. So person. Now they will go back to that person and start auditing that. And before you know what is happening, they will now start, trying to investigate other team member. So why do you want to do that to yourself? Why do you want to do that to your team? Protect your team members, right? So choosing a long-term relationship, right? Let them ask them one simple question: why are you joining this business? Because you want to impact life. If it is to impact life, right, then they are good to go. If it is just for making quick money, no, this is not for them. This is not for them. So you need to understand that. So relationship is very key. Okay, long-term relationship is very, very key. And I promise you one thing, right? If you really follow the system, if you respect the system, if you respect uh the process, right, you have the right mindset, and you share the same core values, trust me, you are going to stay long in that business. It's not only in insurance business I'm talking about right now. I'm talking generally about every other business. Like, this is the key takeaway: when you prospect with purpose, you stop chasing business and start attracting your legacy. Okay. I will not forget our last convention. You talked a lot about legacy. Okay. What legacy are you going to leave behind for your children? What legacy are you going to leave behind for your team members, right? What are you actually building? Some of us are building on a on lies, on things that are not sustainable. I'm telling you, it might take time, right? It might take time, but one day you realize that you are just building on just something that is not sustainable. So please build with intention. Recruit people with intention. Recruit people with purpose. Bring the right people into the business. Of course, we want to grow our business. We want to prospect, we want to bring people, as many people as possible into the business, but it's also important that you bring the right people into the business, because the business that we're doing is about helping families, helping people to save money. Imagine, put yourself in their shoes. See, if somebody sells something that you don't need to you and you lose money, how will you feel, right? The question you need to ask yourself every time you are recruiting people is that, do this person really represent you? Because they are going to be an ambassador of your team. They're going to be an ambassador of your organization. So the question you need to ask is he a good ambassador, right? Is this person really represent me? Because the question they'll ask again is that, who actually trained this particular person? Which organization is it from, right? So if you can answer those questions, and you don't want to damage your reputation, you don't want to damage the name of the organization, then it is very important that you recruit the right people into this business. So on that note, I'm going to bring this meeting to an end. I want to thank everyone for joining today. So if you have any question, let me quickly go into the right. So if you have any question, you can put it in the chat box. If you have any question, you can put in the chat box. All right. All right. So if you have any question, please, you can put in the chat box. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, so tomorrow we're going to be talking about the medical professionals, and we are talking about how do we help our medical professionals tomorrow. It's going to be a very important topic tomorrow. Please, I will want you to join as soon as possible, so that we can discuss a lot as we proceed. So thank you so much for joining. I really want to appreciate everyone for joining today's presentation. It has been a very fantastic presentation. So tomorrow is another day. See you at the same time. Bye for now, and do enjoy your weekend.